Hi everybody, my name is Bryant Giles. I'm a fourth year ophthalmology resident down in San Antonio. Today one of my patients came in for her post-op month 1 visit after her second cataract surgery that I did, and she was just stoked. I remember after her first eye, she had just tons of great things to say about her experience, and then so after the second eye, I wanted to capture it today to share with you guys. The lens choice we made for her is called Personalized Vision by Johnson & Johnson. What that means, in her right eye, her dominant eye, we placed a Symfony extended depth of focus lens, and then in her left eye, her non-dominant eye, we placed a ZL-BU, which is the multifocal lens with a 325 add. So what that does for her is it gives her the great distance vision and great near vision. At near in her right eye, she's able to read J3, which is about 20/30, and J1 plus in her left eye. As a disclaimer, I did not prepare her for this at all. She was talking about how much she loved the lens in her appointment today, so I said, hey, I got the camera here, let's just flip it on and you tell us your story. And she was excited too. I didn't pay her, she didn't get anything out of this. We are in the military system, and so she did get this lens for free, which made her even more happy. But even if she had to pay for it, I think she'd be extremely excited to do so. As a disclaimer, I don't get paid any more to put any of these specialty lenses in. I've just found that over the last several months that I've been putting these in, that my patients absolutely love them. I've probably had 20 or 30 now that have gone through this personalized vision, and the outcomes are amazing. Most of them are seeing 20/20, 20/15 in one eye, and 20/25 or 20/20 in the other eye, and they're seeing between J1, which is 20/20, and J3, which is like 20/30 up near. So these patients are completely independent of glasses, and absolutely love their vision. I'm only making this video because when I'm in their shoes, hopefully a couple of years from now, or maybe more than that, I know the technology will keep getting better and better, but I can't wait to have a lens like this placed in my eye. So I just want to share this video, so if you've never heard of these lenses or have the option or kind of waffling between the two, that you can hear some experiences from patients. Again, I'm a young military resident. I've only done like 150 cataract cases, but I think the last, I don't know, probably 50 of these have been these lenses because I love them so much. I think they have such great outcomes, and honestly my patients love them too. So hope you enjoy. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below in the comment section, and I'm happy to answer them later. Okay, thanks. Okay, you can smile at the camera.
You can edit this however you
Perfect.
want.
Okay, so tell me about the pre-op experience. You remember, like the discussion we had going into surgery.
Well, you talked a lot about a lot of things that I didn't understand, and but you gave me the resources to go look them up. So I did a lot of research online, so I understood some of what you said. But what was fun was later on, you told me, well, I tried to scare you, and I'm like, when? Because everything you told me sounded amazing and great, and these $1,500 lenses, and they would do all these wonderful things and make me not have to wear glasses anymore, which I love not wearing glasses anymore, except for the fact that everybody can see my baggy eyes, and that's a problem.
So when we had the discussion about choosing a monofocal, like a distance lens versus the Symfony lens that we put in, the thing you'll see up close and far away. So why did you make the choice, or what was kind of the deciding factor for you?
It just didn't make any sense to me to do one that solved part of a problem. If I could get a lens that was going to take care of everything, the astigmatism, that was a big draw. It was going to take care of the astigmatism, and it was also going to take care of the short and long, and that just, I couldn't see a downside to that, so.
Good. So we talked about, let's see if you remember, we talked about 3 things that are kind of the trade-offs to having the special lens. Do you remember what they were?
Not the 3 things particularly. I remember that you talking about the auroras around the lights.
Did you see those?
I still do,
Okay.
but they're not very bad and they don't bother me. So interestingly enough, when I had the cataracts and saw them, they seemed worse. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they're still there, but they're not as sharp.
Do you see them all the time, or just when it's really dark?
I don't know, I don't go out enough to know.
Okay,
So, yeah.
sounds good. And then are they just like a little circle around the light, or are they big streaks? Or
Just a little circles. Yeah, they're not big.
And you knew all about that beforehand, right?
Yeah.
But that's worth it to you still have.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, big issue with the trade-off was like.
Good. So one of the trade-offs was not being able to was the halos, or glare or whatever. kind of minimal. And then, do you remember what the other ones were? You talked about 1 minute ago. Remember how
the baggy eyes.
No. Let's see. We talked about how it cuts light in different places to allow you to see different areas. So that you said something about not being able to see because it was dark. What do you mean by that?
The clarity of how I see depends on how bright or the contrast. So when I'm on my phone right now, I was getting ready to tell you, hey, this isn't working real well because I'm seeing shadows. And then while I was talking to you or waiting on you, I went, oh, let's increase the light. Wow, magically that went away. So somewhere along the line I hadn't heard that and it fixed itself. So, but that's easy. I mean, the far away doesn't seem to depend much on light. I don't have an issue with the light because I'm not out that much anyway. But the close up, all I need to do is increase the light. And my mother always told me not to read in dim light anyway. So
exactly. So that's always one of the things I'll tell people is that at night or in the dark situations like in a restaurant, if you're reading, you might need some extra light to help out, which is not a big deal because you have either a flashlight in your pocket at all times or you're reading on your phone with the backlight. So you turn the brightness up and bam, you can see it again.
Exactly.
Okay. Then there's one more thing. So there's the extra halo, or there's the halo that you might see at lights at night, and then there was the needing a little bit extra light and darkness, which again is easily overcome. Do you remember what the third thing was? This is now 4 months since your first surgery.
No.
You also said it. You said about tiny print. Tell me about that.
Oh, well, I mean, I can't see tiny print, but I couldn't see tiny print before, so to me that's a no-brainer. It didn't change anything. I couldn't see it before, still can't see it, and it's the times when I need to see teeny tiny print, I get the magnifying glass out or I get the readers out.
Exactly. But for everything else, you can read.
Perfect. I can read.
Your phone.
Read, which I do in the middle of the night when I get up to go to the bathroom on the phone, and almost all my reading anymore is on the phone, which is bad. I need to get back to my books, but I'm having no problems whatsoever with that.
Yep. So that's always the third thing is that we can get you seeing really well up close, but the tiny print, you're going to need to throw on extra readers.
It's normal.
Because we don't want to set your vision at tiny print because that's not what you see all the time.
That's just stupid.
Right. Perfect. Okay, so tell us about your post-op day one. So you're nervous about surgery, kind of like everybody is. You come in, and then you're in the waiting room. Tell me that story.
So I was sitting in the waiting room, and the lady next to me is kind of grumpy, and I said something, and I'm like, hi, because it's like, oh, this is wonderful, I can see, life is great, and I'm bubbling over, and she says, well, I had cataract surgery, and I can only see da-da-da. So I start to say something about the multifocal lenses, and how wonderful it is when I got interrupted, thank you, Lord, because I get back there and Doc goes, not everybody can do that. So yeah, I almost stepped in it.
Well, didn't she ask you weren't you reading something and she asked you how you're reading?
Oh yeah, but that's when I started to brag about how wonderful these lenses were, and I highly recommended these lenses, and I was like, well, because my mind is like, why doesn't everybody get this? And so, I'm like start to talk up the lens when I got scooped up and drugged to the back, and Doc's going, not everybody can do this, Deborah.
That's right. And I think you said too, didn't she say, she's like, well, my doctor never even offered that to me.
Yeah, she said that too. Yeah, and like I said, I got interrupted on all that. Yeah, she was, I almost got Doc in trouble.
So what has it been like? So after you had both eyes done, how was it adjusting? Some people were nervous. Honestly, some doctors too. Before I started putting these lenses in, I was really nervous about how patients would kind of adjust to seeing up close and far away. So now that you've had both eyes done, you're a month out after the second eye. Is there any adjustment period, or was there ever, or did you ever have any headaches or concerns or anything?
None. There has been no adjustment at all. Eyesight-wise, like I said, now we're dealing with bags under eyes and looking for glasses that I don't wear anymore. That's been the only thing is, I go to leave and I think, I forgot my glasses, but I don't wear them anymore. And so, but yeah, getting used to me without my glasses has been, but no, everything else, I mean, we're talking the minute I got, there was the minute the pad came off, the minute I took the first night pad off. And even on the way home, the first time I came for follow-up, I'm thinking, this idiot is making me drive across town the day after surgery.
This idiot?
Yeah.
She's talking about this idiot.
With one eye that is healing. Oh, great. And I made it back, but you know, now I've got one good eye, and so the second time it's like, oh well, I'll just zip across town, so no big deal. Go toys.
Okay, I got something to show you. So why don't you hold this?
Okay.
So read, what's the lowest ones you can read down here? You probably need some extra light because
yeah, that would definitely
for your
help.
video here.
Okay.
If this is on your phone, it wouldn't be an issue, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, 374259. In
Okay.
fact, I can get down into the weeds. Looks like 937-828.
Okay.
42 something 758.
Close. You missed one on that one. That's the very bottom line. So that's 20/20
Yeah.
up close, right? So I'm gonna take your purse here for a second. I want you to hold this up. Close your right eye this time. And I want you to put that lens up and tell me what you can read.
Not jack squat.
Nothing?
95 at the top is blurry.
Okay, so she can see the 95 at the top that's blurry, whereas before she was seeing this bottom one down here. So do you know what that lens is?
No, my old eyesight.
That lens is what your vision up close would look like.
I will fly.
So this lens right here simulates what your vision would look like up close if we had done the distance lens.
Lord, I could not live with that. I read too much. I am a readaholic. That would have been horrifying.
Maybe not horrifying.
Oh no.
You would have been stuck with glasses, and no one would complain about your baggy eyes, right?
That was there at that point.
All right, awesome. Okay, so overall, just tell me your overall kind of impression of the lens, and then
I
yeah,
have
go for it.
been deeply impressed. I mean, this is just to me a miracle. I'm 65, and I don't know what the life expectancy is on these, but it'll probably outlive me.
It'll definitely outlive you
Yeah,
by hundreds
so
of years.
it's like, this is awesome. Do you want them back when I die?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, I was gonna say we'll have to put that.
They're
there.
actually really cool. You can decorate your urn with it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll make a note of that.
sounds good.
Actually, my body's getting donated to
Oh,
the
okay.
University of Texas Health Science Center, so they can have them. So yeah, they can recycle.
Sounds good. I don't think we can recycle these lenses, but
Darn.
cool. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay, awesome. All right. Thanks, Miss DR. We can't say your name because of
Yeah.
Miss.
Optometry Anonymous.
That's right, Miss DR. We appreciate her sharing her experience with us and taking her mask off bravely for the brief few minutes.